Hi, everybody. Namaste. Welcome. Hi, beautiful souls. I'm Sadhana. For those of you that are popping in new to this channel, I'm an intuitive reader. Read tarot on YouTube, but also have a private business. Have been reading professionally for years and teach tarot classes as well too. And this is just so much fun on these Fridays when we get together and we talk about cards and we share decks and opinions, and I try to let you a little bit inside my head, inside my world as a tarot reader. And these Friday chats are just meant to be community oriented. Everyone is welcome if you're brand new, if you've been hanging around here for a long time. So please join in the chat. And for those of you that have been in the background for some time and you haven't gone through the process of creating a space so you can actually join in the chat, please do that. It's so much fun. It's just a great little group that gathers here. Oops, bash my camera. From all over the world. People have made friends. This, I don't know what's happened since, I mean, not just since COVID, but the whole this space is just a great place to meet people. So thanks for your contribution every week, always, and all the various different ways we gather. So welcome. And I see we have a new member, Pax Savage. Welcome to you. Or Sauvage. Pax Sauvage, welcome. And remember that I do have a list, and if I don't know what your name is and you'd like to be addressed by your name, to please let me know. Most of you that are here, I know what your names are, so welcome. Lydianne just purchased the Wildwood Tarot. It is gorgeous. This is a deck that I have been working with for a long time, and it's one that you really want to take your time with. I did a series on it, so if you're interested, of course I recommend my own series. But yeah, this is a great deck. Welcome to Michelle Lynn. Hello. And Sharon, I want to thank you so much for your generosity last week. I really appreciate the contribution. So thank you very much. And I didn't email you back personally, but this is my way of saying thank you. So shout out to Sharon for her generosity. And I'm not sure I don't think it was for a reading. I think you just sent that along. So thank you very much. Who else is hanging out here? Saskia. So Saskia is from Greece. Welcome to Saskia. Hello. Donna. Donna is our famous Tuesday moderator presently. So it's been fun, over the years. I've been doing Tuesday readings live for, well, not that long. I need to look back and see how long I've been doing it. But the mods have come and gone. Different people have kind of taken charge of those chats, and Donna's just been a diehard for the last little while. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Donna. Welcome to D. SV. And SV is Sharon. So I'll write that down in case I don't already have you in my little list. Sorry, I know this is really awkward when I have to type on my computer here. But if I don't write it down, I will not remember. And the list is so long now, I can't keep a paper list. Tamianne, hello. For those of you that don't know, these two lovely souls, Tamianne and Michelle Lynn, are actually tarot twins. They are sisters who both read the tarot. I think that's really beautiful. Welcome to Mira. Hello, lovely. Welcome to you. Chat is jumping. Ann Johnson, hello. Hi, are you new here? I'm not sure if we've met before, but welcome to you. Hannah. Hi, Hannah. And oh, sweet, we have quite a Swedish gathering. So there is, I'm sure you'll be greeted by others as they show up. Joel is one. There's a few actually, so keep your eye open for the others. The rest of the Swedish crew will likely show up. Did I get everybody? It looks like I'm gardening when I type. I had some fun. I had some fun on Canva, and I was just messing around, and I was creating a border when I did the video for the retreat that I'm planning. So I just decided to leave it up. It just kind of looks like my garden with ferns growing. I have a hard time pulling ferns, and it's funny because you wouldn't think ferns are weeds, but where I live, the ferns tend to take over. So yeah, it's funny. I love ferns. And the butterflies this year are really, there's a lot of butterflies this year. All right, so welcome everybody. And today we're going to do combos, and I'm very excited about this. I have a couple that I have on the fly put together. So what I'm going to do afterwards, probably tonight, later tonight or tomorrow, I will go back and list all of the decks below. So hopefully you won't miss any of them. Yeah. I pulled out, let's get the other camera up and go like this. So I am finally, after many years of saying I was going to do this, trimmed my Earth Power Oracle. So do you know this deck? It's not a new deck by any means. I'm assuming it's still available and in print. It's a Blue Angel deck. It's one of Stacy DeMarco's decks, this one. And, you know, 2014 is the copyright that I have on this one. I've always said, so I trimmed it. I've been wanting to take the borders off, and there's not that many cards in the deck. There's like 41 or something. And then I edged it, that I was going to travel with this deck. And if I could take this deck with me and go around the world, this is something that I would love to do. I've never been to the Ajanta caves in India, and that's definitely on my bucket list. So this is a deck that I use in past life readings. I use it in lots of different ways, and it just looks so much better with the borders off. Today we're going to be looking at a lot of colors that are in this color palette. These rusty colors and golds and browns and things like that. It's funny, you know, I have been to Mount Kailash in my journeys multiple times. I've actually met Shiva on Mount Kailash, but not in the third dimension, that's for sure. So I've been to Tanalot. I've been there. Anyway, I have been to Fukushima Inari Grand Shrine. I have been there. So this is a really beautiful deck. So I thought what I wanted to do, I've shared this before in past, like I have done combos with, I think I called it like past life decks combos or something like that. So there is a video where I include this before I trimmed it. But one of the things I wondered, and I don't know if it would be too much. Because this deck, which is the Majestic, oh gosh, I can't even think, I'm sorry, Majestic Earth Tarot, is that right? Please let me know if I'm wrong. This deck has more blue tones. It's quite a different palette. There aren't many cards with these browny gold tones, right? So when you look at it, so that's one of the things I do when I'm matching decks. And I was wondering if these two decks could work as a pair. All right, so, and the Oracle deck is called Earth Power, and the Tarot deck, which I'm just going to give a little shuffle right now, is called Majestic Earth. Majestic Earth. All right. And 3 of stone, 7 of clouds. So when I use this deck, one of the things I observe is the space. I mean, for the most part, in Majestic Earth, there is a sense of spaciousness. We are looking from a distance. We're looking from a bird's eye view. This is a great deck if you're having a hard time seeing the big picture. And I know that a lot of people just use this deck because of its landscape, the paintings and so forth. But I think this deck offers something else. And this is a really hard, it's a really hard thing for a lot of people. And that is to see the big picture, to step out of their story. There is a historical aspect to both of these decks. And I think they could take you away. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so there are some horizontal cards in this deck. So I'm going to do a quick, I'm going to find you see if there is a bluish card. Okay, here's one. There are a few, I know it's the pole cards. They work here. So if you're not familiar with this deck, there are additional cards for the elements. So this is the water card. This is not the Ace of Water. This is an extra card. The red really intrigues me in this deck. There's something about, and there's a few cards that have that red and pink color. So, well, actually, let's just leave this next card up there because the red really picks up on the browns in this deck. So, yeah. I think you might find yourself quite transported here. If you use these decks together and you are looking for either ancestral information or past life information. Donna, I see your comment. I just need to, what am I doing? Do you also have the Sacred Sites deck? I do not. So please feel free to shoot me an email about that, or you could put that deck into the chat. I think you've mentioned that before, and I would like to have, or I might have looked it up. I don't know. So yeah, go ahead and put it into the. Oh, there is a tarot and an oracle. Okay, good to know. I will make sure to check that out. It's be great if you could send me an email, because sometimes I don't get back and read the chat. You know, it takes so long for the chat to process, and when I'm going back and putting the decks down below in the description box, it's not always processed by then. So this is so that was my fun little trimming job I did really quickly the other night. I really I forgot how much I enjoy doing that. There have been a couple of tarot tags that I have done recently, and I was inspired by one of you who shared Tattered Wings, and I shared this in live readings the other day. There are a couple different versions of Tattered Wings. So this is in the description box below already. The creator's name is Naya. And I just found this deck hauntingly beautiful. There is a more colorized version that does have keywords on it, but I decided to buy this particular version for its versatility. It's called Tattered Wings, Intuitive Version. intuitive because, right, there's no keywords and there's fewer colors on it. So this is, this is kind of, it's not exactly soul cardsy, but to me, it has a strong, look at this dancer pose, beautiful. There's a lunar quality to it. There's a sense of shadow and darkness. And I'm really looking forward. Now, another deck this reminds me of a little bit, which is a lot prettier, is I have both the enormous version and the tiny version. Um, it's called Earthly Souls and Spirits. It is an oracle deck. Reminds me of this a little bit. Naya is working on a new tarot. Good to know. Thanks for that, Sharon. So I'll show you the deck that I was working with the other day, because I think that is a good match. I swear I shed as much as the darn dog. Oh, we had this card in a reading the other day. This is a really interesting card. There is so much metaphor in this card. I was using this with Melissa Wotherspoon's deck the other day. So for those of you that didn't see the live readings, I'm just going to show you with this deck. So Melissa's deck is, I have the first, this is the first edition. I know their cards changed a little bit in the next edition. The backs look lovely together. And this particular deck is a curated deck, the art of Odin Redon. I've got the name wrong, pardon my French. Redon. This is it's hauntingly beautiful deck. To me, this particular deck is, now we all deal with shadow work in a different way. And I think there's lots of different names we can use for that, but dealing with any sort of pain, trauma, if you're at that place where you're ready to go a little deeper into the darkness, this is a great deck to work with. Relationship with self. Melissa is from Canada. I've actually just ordered a tarot bag from her. I saw it on her Etsy shop, and yeah. So I think these decks work really well together. Lydianne says, with one of Anatolian Tarot, perhaps. I did pull out, yes. So because of the nature of the art, this deck is going to work really well with lots and lots of different decks. And I pulled out Anatolian's Tarot of the Abyss. It would look this would look amazing as well. For those of you that, Anna Torian is so there's a lot of ink. When I'm looking at the backs of these cards too, I'm thinking of her Hidden Waters Tarot, and I'm sure this deck would look great with Hidden Waters as well. I'm sure everybody's who's a fan of her art is waiting for, what's it called? Tarot of the Abyss. Tarot of the Abyss. No. This is the Abyss Tarot. Tarot of Echoes. Tarot of Echoes will be coming out at some point. Okay. I'm just checking in with the chat. $199. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah, this is Tarot of the Abyss, which it's funny because this deck changed names. It was when this deck was so when Anna was first creating this deck, it was called the Abyss Tarot, our Tarot of the Abyss, and then it went back to Tarot of the Abyss instead of Abyss Tarot. Excuse me. I did so many readings yesterday. I'm surprised I'm talking at all. I have no idea. I don't have any inside information. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh my goodness. Very emotional, right? These decks look really emotional together. Wow, look at this card. So what do you see in this card? This is amazing. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen this card before, or if I have, it didn't strike me in quite the same way. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. So let's go back to my list because I know a lot of you've worked with this deck. It's been around for a while. Everybody knows this one. So I'm sharing Tattered Wings. I know Tattered Wings is not a new deck. Really impressed with its versatility. There's a few of them that are really versatile, and I've shared it and I've paired them with lots of decks. And so one is Michelle Motuzis's Shamanic Oracle. It's a little more, so both the empathic and the shamanic one, they're both quite versatile. The empathic one has more blues in it and more color. The shamanic one tends to be more black and white, so it's super versatile. It pairs with lots and lots of decks. And the other one is Flowers of the Night. It's really, really, really versatile. All right, so let's pull out this new deck of mine. And this is not new. If you have information, so this is a French deck. You can purchase it in North America. It's called Tarot of the Strange Branches. That's a translation, of course. And it's really quite something. So I just wanted to see if this worked. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I'm gonna pull out a different deck. No, not this one. I mean, maybe, but it's not. It's a different vibe. Different vibe. Okay. All right. So guess what I've got here? You know, the deck that goes with absolutely everything. I have this funny thing too. When I have matte cards, I want matte cards. When I have shiny cards, I want shiny cards. What is the French name? It is Tarot de Ramour au étrange. Tarot de Ramour au étrange. I don't have the guidebook or the box here. I'm sorry. So one of you lovely people can put it in the chat. Okay. So of course these two decks are going to be really amazing together. This is Roots and Wings, and Roots and Wings will do amazing things for this deck. I just know it. Oh, thank you, Lydia. Tarot de Ramour tranche. Not so expansive, high quality cardstock. So fall season, I think. I made a comment that this deck was a little bit so I have a favorite combo, which is Tarot of the Hidden Realm and Raven Fallon's Messenger Oracle. This deck reminds me a little bit of Tarot of the Hidden Realm, but it's a different art style. And I meant to pull out Raven's deck to see how that might work together. I think I have the matte version, or I might have got rid of it. Do you remember the new version of Raven Fallon's deck was more brilliant? Okay, rambling here. I did a side by side of the old version and the new version. Ooh, I'm going to respond to Sharon's comment in just a second. I did a side by side of the old version and the new version of Raven Fallon's Messenger Oracle. And I decided to keep the old version, and I think I sold the new version. I'm not sure. I need to go through my tarot cupboard. But yeah, because it was brighter. It was brighter, and I like the old version. And I also like the borders on the old version. The new version is borderless. So you can, if you're interested, you can find that video. It's so much easier on a computer. I remind you to search for videos if you're looking within a certain channel. Let's go to Sharon's comment here. I wonder how earthly souls and spirits would work with this deck. If you can hold on to 10 seconds, I'll grab it because I'm also curious, very curious. I'm grabbing the Illuminated Earth Oracle as well too. So we can see about that. Okay. So this is the little version of Earthly Souls. And I have a feeling it's too pink. Right? It's too pink. There aren't, I mean, if you're working with the orange cards, but I think, because I don't think there's any pink in this deck. There's not much. The palette is, I think it's a different palette, but for sure the cards that are orange. Oh, thank you, Donna. Okay. So for those of you that don't know this deck, it's one of those, it's either make playing cards or one of those. It's very expensive to get into Canada. The ginormous version, which is my favorite, is no longer available. Okay, let's look for a bluish card. There's a pretty card. You know, it might work. It might work. And I know I kind of like to let that go. Arthur Rackham Oracle. Yes, that's a really good suggestion, Dee. I like that suggestion. Yeah. I'm not going to keep popping up and down and grabbing decks, but that's a really good one. Right. So this deck it has a lot of pinks in it, which there's no pink. Oh, there you go. There's a tiny bit of pink in that deck. I am wrong about that. Yeah. Okay, so that is Earthly Souls. And so, yes, definitely if you have the Arthur Rackham Tarot or the Arthur Rackham Oracle, check that out, or the Tarot, because his work would fit well. Okay. Okay, Tarot. And I have another favorite on the table. And I'm going to pair it with a few different things today. So why don't I do this with a different tarot deck? I really appreciate all of your suggestions. And so one of you in the chat mentioned this combination in a comment. We were talking about the Margaret Peterson, and this is the Margaret Peterson Tarot. I am doing a deep dive with this right now, which is shortly coming to a close. Love the color palette in this deck. You can see it because I've taken off the edges on 3 sides. And so I trimmed it in this copper color. This is actually one of my favorite. I've edged quite a few decks in this coppery color. I don't know why I'm doing this. So funny, Sadhana. For those of you that are not following the Margaret Peterson series, we are having a fabulous time, and I think everybody is kind of blown away by what the power of taking your time with the deck. So we've just had so much amazing insight. Now, I have not trimmed my Shaman's Oracle. Was this you, Sharon, that suggested this? I have a feeling it was. I think it was you. There is a quality in Margaret Peterson's deck of the paintings that we see on the they're colorized in this deck, but there's something about, so here's a perfect example. We see in Margaret's deck layers and layers within the paint, and I feel that these 2 decks it's like they have secret layers to reveal to us. I'm just waiting to see if the person in the chat is the person that somebody that suggested this. And when I was pulling out decks for this video, I remember that you had suggested this. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. I love it when you reach out to me and share your... This feels... It just takes the Margaret Peterson to a real primitive level. Let's go to Saskia's comment. Okay, so not this Sharon. All right, I'll figure out who it was. I'll have to go through the comments in the Margaret Peterson videos, and then I'll figure out who it is. Wow, I have this deck in the Margaret Peterson deck, and I hadn't thought of this combo. This oracle is really, really something. It's full of deep, deep insight. And there is a suit that is all blue cards, the suit of spirit, and it kind of fits beautifully with this deck. All right, so let's go to this comment. I wouldn't. And the reason I wouldn't is that the mystical shaman, while it has layers, I love Jenna Della Grataglia's collage art. I think it is magnificent. But each of the cards in the mystical shaman has a specific intention. And I'm not saying that these cards don't, but much like soul cards or these kind of decks where you can have a little more space with interpretation, I think that's the kind of oracle that works well with Margaret Peterson. Not so much this style of artwork. So there's about what 7, 8 cards with this art style in this deck, and I don't think those ones work particularly well. But yeah, so this is something and I'm also toying with trimming this deck. I only have one copy of this deck, and there's something about the borders. I like the color-coded borders. So I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if I want to remove those borders or not. Okay, so can we go to Dana's comment? Oh, you are. Oh, sorry. You're just saying hello. Welcome to Dana. Okay. So yeah, so that is. So thank you to the person who mentioned this this combination. I don't think I had any others from Margaret Peterson, and now I have a chaos of cards on my table. Oh, one other one. Okay, I don't think this is going to work, but I just wondered if we could put Earth Power with this deck. Yes. Yes, Donna. You are right. You are right. Oh, gosh. I just love this Ganges card. How many of you have been to the Ganges? Have you ventured there? I kind of like this. And one of the things about Margaret Peterson that is so interesting is to imagine her I don't know, there's something about her mind, and there's a lot when you read that poetry carefully, she was tapped into a lot of wisdom. And I don't know that whether this was through study or this is just her connection to consciousness, but she's a wise one, that Margaret Peterson. I tell you, she really is. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Okay. Da 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 da. I used to put Margaret Peterson away and not have it out all the time. I like this combo too. I don't have either of these oracles. Okay. Get rid of the chopsticks. It's funny. How many of you have chopsticks on your tarot table? I think that's pretty funny. Okay, where are we at in my list? I'm not sure which way I want to do this. So, Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. This deck. Did 2 videos, one on the Oracle, one on the Tarot. I was also on Gerald Tarot Slash's channel, And we had a little chat with Kelly Burton, the creator of Journey of the Sacred Bee. This is the Oracle. I'm going to give it a little shuffle. Don't know why. I just like shuffling cards. Whoa, that is a brightly colored card. It is a brightly colored card. All right, so here is the Red Seeds Tarot. Red Seeds Tarot, not the Red Seeds Oracle, the Red Seeds Tarot. I hummed and hawed for a long time about purchasing Red Seeds decks. Julia Wiseman sent me the Red Seeds 1 Oracle as a gift. And then I finally bit the bullet and purchased the whole shebang. The Red Seeds Tarot is the journey of the initiates to the sacred initiation of the Mistai through the Demeter Persephone myth. And there is a suit of bees, which is the suit of swords, which I could talk about for a long time in this deck. So this is a bee deck. This deck has a suit of bees in it. And this is an energy that I am working with personally. And there's nudity in this deck, both male and female genitalia. So if that's something you don't want to see, then maybe close your eyes. But I think this combo is going to deepen my relationship with this deck. So presently I'm pairing Red Seeds Oracle 1, and we're doing a weekly chat in my Facebook group, Sadhana's Healing Room on Facebook, with the Red Seeds Oracle and the Red Seeds Tarot. But I think there is something about this combination that is really powerful. Now you can also do the reverse, and I can show you the reverse combo. So I'll show you the bee tarot with the Red Seeds Oracle, but I don't think it's the same because it's different, right? There's not the BB thing going on. This is something pretty darn special happening here. Yeah. You know, this could have appeared on a wall in a chamber in Greece. You know, I feel this is something. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, just for fun, the opposite combo. The opposite combo, and then I have not done this in ages. A video, and I have a really long playlist which I linked in the description box below. Just give this a little shuffle if you're interested. And there are 3 of them. And each of them is slightly different. And there's her Etsy shop. So Linda Hill's Etsy shop gives you a good picture of what they look like. Okay. So this one, I don't know if it's going to be as amazing. So this is Journey of the Sacred Bee Tarot with Red Seeds Oracle 1. And I'm just showing you because I think the powerful combo is the wisdom of the sacred bee with the Red Seeds Tarot. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess silence is a good thing. Okay, so that is that. And I'll let you be your own judge on that combination. Trying to keep the chaos to a minimum here. All right, next. The Margaret Peterson deck deep dive is coming to a close. And I have wanted to do a deck deep dive with the Shonet for a long time. And my deck is all mixed up. So the Shonet is the tarot by Eden Gallanter. Eden is in the San Francisco area, I believe. I believe this deck is still available. I did a couple of videos with this deck when I first got it. I worked with it a lot when I first got it. I spent some time. I have trimmed. I have a trimmed copy, which I can show you right now. It is on my table right here. And part of the reason that I trimmed a copy was because why? Because I wanted to learn the cards better. I wanted to memorize the cards, and I think that's part of the journey of trimming a deck is to study the cards. And so that's why I did this. That's a great, just a minute here. Okay. Shy Monet. Shy, really? Because I'm surprised. Shy Monet. Because what is the word for path? Like pathway. I thought it was chemin, not Shimon. So anyway, thank you. And thank you for the super sticker, Tarot Geek. That's lovely. So Shimonet, apparently, and I have been saying it wrong for a long time. Okay, Tarot Twin, I know you have been eyeing this deck. Okay, so what I wanted to share with you, I don't know which version you want to see. And of course, this is going to work with Tattered Wings as well, too, right? This will work with this deck for sure, but we don't need to look at Tattered Wings again. Just in case you're coming in late, this is a deck that I shared at the beginning. And I think Naya's deck was going to work beautifully with the Shimonet. Okay. And I have another oracle on the table that I haven't dived into, and I haven't dove into, and I want to study. So I have a feeling that it's not perfect, but this is the Supra oracle. This is a Uzi deck. And there's something about this deck that I recently purchased the guidebook, but there's something about this deck that is that matches the frequency of the Shamanic tarot. This is a in this particular deck, it's a very swordsy deck, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of thought, wisdom. You can take a real intellectual approach to the Shamanic tarot. And so if I was in that kind of a mood, I might dive into the Supra oracle. I'll show you the box. I'll show you the box from this deck. This is the box. So I would love it if you would help me figure out what the correct pronunciation of this deck is. That would be amazing. Okay. Okay, so that is one. Okay, I'm going to just move this out of the way. Now I'm having a little bit of a ethical moment here. So, okay. Right. So that is the word that I was familiar with. And Shamanic, right? Shamanic. Is that what that means? Is that how you pronounce it? Shamanic? Let me know. Hey, Sadhana. Hi, Antoinette. Okay. This deck, the Supra Oracle, is really heady. It's super heady. And I find, and I pulled out the Osho Zen again recently for a reading. I'm doing a series, with a private client. We're dealing with long-term patterns and shadows. Hi, and I find this deck very, very hard hitting. And I pulled it out for a reading for her this week. And it was just so, it was just what she needed. It was just what she needed. And so there's something about, hi, Tina, the headiness of this deck. With Osho Zen. Now, the artwork is not, the artwork might not feel like a good match. Yes, the pronunciation is okay. All right. So just sorry, we're still in the middle of a. So one of you said this is Shimonet. I feel really uncomfortable saying Shamonic. I feel like Shamo, but okay. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. So that is why I want to pair these decks together for their, and I can't think of another word other than that. Tamian has paired it with the Crow Tarot. It wasn't profound necessary, but they worked well together. Okay. That I think the strength of this deck is in its there's a depth to it. I have another idea. So here is something that is, I'm doing this on the fly. I mean, some of these I've pulled out with intention, but I'm also kind of working on the fly here. So bear with me. I think that the level of complexity between these two decks shares something. And if you were in that kind of a mood where you wanted to challenge your brain, I should have shuffled the Supra. I'm going to give the Supra a little shuffle. That's funny. Look at the hair. Look at the dreads on Adam and the Five of Discs. And the card that just came up in Supra. Bye, Sharon. Okay. So that's what I mean by the energy of this deck. And I think the only way that I'm going to develop a relationship with the Supra is if I use it with challenging heady decks. So this is Tarot of the Abyss, which we had out earlier. The Tarot of the Abyss has more of an off-white white background. You can see the difference. On this one is more of a cream background. Right. So the art style, like the ink, the pen and ink drawings in these two decks works really well together. I've had these out as well too. And one of the reasons why these two decks work well is that Anna, in a few of the alternate cards in this deck, Anna has given us an alternate, like this one, 3 of Swords. There's an alternate 10 of Swords as well too. And so in that regard, this deck really makes you think. Yeah. The Painted Tarot. Yes, that might work as well too. So yeah, so that's the Supra. And what else do I have here? Oh, I know. I have to get it out. Oh, was there a great combination there? 8 of Swords. Sorry, I haven't really been reading. And you see, this is an aspect that I have not been focusing on today, and that is how the decks read together. And that's why I want to be really mindful of the decks that I put together. They need to speak the same language. The Hush Tarot. Okay. Ooh, now why is this not here? Oh my goodness gracious. This is the combo. This was the combo that was in the thumbnail, and I almost forgot to share it with you today. Oh my goodness, Sadhana. And I do have another one I want to try as well too. Okay, so let's move the Tarot of the Abyss out of the way. And pull out the Hush Tarot. Okay. I do have a combo for you with the Hush today. Let me know what you think. What do you think, Tamian? Okay, so this is the Supra. I'm removing the Supra. And the deck that I wanted to share with you today, I'm just going to put Supra away, with the Hush Tarot is one of the Lenormands that I reviewed last week. And that's the Magpies Lenormand, because you were asking, one of you actually suggested when I was going through the Magpies Lenormand, you thought, sorry, Ember's so noisy, she's scratching and shaking. You were wondering what this combination would look like. And it's so funny. Look at how the blue of the Magpies Lenormand is shining into that cat. Okay. And it's funny because we have this almost exact same card in the Hush Tarot. I'm going to put it to the side in case it shows up. And I was playing with this week, and it reads beautifully together. It really does. So I would look at that. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Magpies Lenormand, it is a Lenormand that it doesn't have a lady, a gentleman, and a child card. It has 3 cards of transformation. So it has caterpillar, pupa, butterfly. So it talks about evolution that way. And it also has a cat card. It doesn't have a stork card. It has a cat card. And the creator contrasts the cat card with the dog card. So cats being somewhat distant and dogs being loyal. Tamienne, do you have the Magpies Lenormand? I think this is my favorite card in this deck. I love that. I love that card. So I think, yes, there's something. That's a cat myth and untrue. So yeah, so those are, I have one more. It's something I haven't tried it. So I'm just going to, do it because we're live here and I'm overtime. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's my schedule. This is the Yonacios Tarot. This is another one that has not left my table, and I do not read with it often enough. This is full of young women, and that's the only thing I don't like about it. I wish there were some older women in this deck. And it's funny because these two decks might also work together well. This is not what I was intending. That's funny. Sorry, hush, you need to come over here. Wow. This is amazing. This is incredible. This is not what the plan was. I'm sorry. I'm a little excited here. Okay. I think I have found a new purpose for my Magpies Lenormand. And really, that's very exciting. Okay, hush. Do you have a box, Hush? Yes, you do. Do not like the moon card in Magpies Lenormand. So many gorgeous moons in this deck. I was really disappointed in the moon card. It's too bad. Okay. This is really amazing. Did I say hi to you, Tina? Tina is from Sweden. I know we were talking about the Swedish crowd. Tina, there is a new person in the chat from Sweden, so I'm hoping I can hook you two up together here. It's so funny. So we can say, oh, you're from Canada? Do you know so-and-so? It's kind of a big country. I know that's a silly thing to do. All right, so I pulled out Yonacios because I wanted to try it with a deck that we've already used today. And you're never going to guess which one. And I just felt like these little guys, maybe they could pollinate the flowers because there's a lot of flowers in Yonacios. So I'm just wondering about this combination. It might not work. I might stick with the Magpies Lenormand. Hey, Joel. Okay. So let's give this a try. I need to look at the screen. This is Wisdom of the Sacred Bee Oracle. We've already had this one on the table today. And I thought, because of the bees and the purples in this deck, that they might work. I really like the Magpies Lenormand with it. Okay. Magpies it is. All right. So that that is a wrap for today. Donna, I really envy you. Oh, Donna has a purring kitty on her lap. That's what the envy is. All right, beautiful souls. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Oh, and I never finished my sentence. Yes, Tamian, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And yet there's something about it that captivates me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. It's not something I read with for anybody else, but there's something about it. The purples and the golds are also speak to me deeply, deeply, deeply. So what I didn't, the sentence that I didn't finish, that is really important. And that was the conversation. And I would really like your feedback, okay? And I need to figure this out because I don't know if I can manage 2 tarot deep dives at the same time. And the conversation went like this. Well, Sadhana, if you're going to use a indie deck for a deep dive, that is not inclusive. So the deep dive series has become a members only feature on my channel. And if I do a deep dive with the Shimonet or the Shamanic tarot, the Shimonet apparently, I am excluding a lot of people. So what I might do is I'm not sure how I'm going to do it as far as time goes. I might do a public tarot deep dive with the Shimonet tarot. And then when Margaret Peterson is finished, I will continue that series with one of the other mass market decks that are on that list. So I just need to figure it out what I'm going to do. But I really appreciate, it might have been Dee who brought this to my awareness. And I know it's the same when we in Canada try to purchase a UK deck, it's so very, very expensive. Or if you want to get a deck from Australia or somewhere, it's ridiculous, especially if you get hit with, on top of everything else, you get hit with customs duty fees and all of that. So please know that I am aware and I will give this due consideration. So thank you all. I really appreciate your participation. And I have some really good news. So I was on day before yesterday, talking about this retreat that I'm offering in spring 2023, new moon in April. And I've already had people register for it. So I'm really excited that the retreat is going to go ahead. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back yesterday or the day before. I did a video about this retreat that I'm offering. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm so, like, I've really missed human contact with people. And so this is, I know it's a long ways off, but it's going to be amazing. So thanks for the chat today. Much love to you all. And you too have a great weekend. Namaste, everybody. Bye.